Think about a moment in your life, a time when you were feeling like a frightened little kid on a roller coaster.
In New York, we used to have a thing, I think it was on Channel 11, called The $1 Million Movie. And they would show the same movie 4 times a day. And whenever it was a movie I liked, I used to cut school and stay home and watch the movie. And anything with Bette Davis, you know, I knew I had to see. And so there was this thing called The Catered Affair. There was this wonderful film about the people I grew up with. So it was the Bronx, and I grew up in Brooklyn. It was these normal people with normal lives, and the yentas on the street, the women gossiping, and people that didn't have a lot of money talking about what's important in life, and a lot of emotions that don't get shared very often. And I just felt an affinity for these characters almost immediately. Of course, years later, I came to realize it was the writings of Padachevsky, and Catered Affair, just the way that he delved into the human heart of simple people that don't use a lot of flowery language, that don't have the grasp of great ideas. They just know how they feel. They know what they're living through.
You know how dear you are to all of us. But if we invite you, we got to invite Michael and Tom and Joe and all the cousins. And before we know it, there'll be hundreds and hundreds. So we decided just the simplest ceremony with only immediate family.
And would I not be considered one of the immediate family?
You know how it goes. You invite one uncle, then you have to ask them all. Then the cousins and the friends and the neighbors and the dates, and the list grows and grows.
I'm not invited.
You're not listening to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of humor in the text, but in reality, it's a serious story about a serious situation for people.
Immediate family.
Excuse me?
The kids will be inviting only immediate family. Well, that's what they said, but I know what they meant. I don't have to be hit in the head to see through to their true intent.
But this is a very intimate piece about people who are leading very ordinary lives, and who may never sing in their really ordinary lives, but have something tied inside them, a passion tied inside them that gets released by the story. And that's the thing I'm interested in. You know, I'm interested in the kind of extraordinariness of these ordinary people, and that they could be you and me, really.
Partners,
Team for life.
can't believe you're ready to become my wife.
Guess you wait long enough, a dream just may come true. And I finally get to be partners with you.
I always look for roles that have great journeys. But there was something in the human just condition about this woman that I related to in my early years. It was my grandmother growing up, and some of my mother in there, but I really knew these people. And even though it was the Bronx, not Augusta, Georgia, it really spoke to me.
Everything's golden, nothing goes wrong inside the song, in this candlelight, on this perfect night. And then there they are, the impossibly beautiful pair. Just to look at them makes you ache, to care like they care, to feel what they feel, and believe that it's real. This is what getting married should be.
I had this mistaken image of musical theater as being somewhat presentational or two-dimensional, or, you know, tap numbers and big sort of razzle-dazzle, which I don't really know how to do. And what's been so rewarding is to see how this piece has evolved, and yet it still does what I always want my music to do, which is resonates very deeply.
Please, let's give her this one thing, Tom. One thing that's special for her. One thing she'll smile about all of her days. A beautiful catered affair.
You know, everybody calls it it's a small musical. It is a small musical. It's a big play.
Of course I want to give my kid a wedding, but I think blowing 20 years of savings on one night isn't right. Is that a crime? Why can't you see my side of things this one time? I nearly had another piece of the medallion. I nearly made that dream come true. Maybe wanting so much was being selfish, but I wanted it for you. I like to feel like I'm part of a team, like I play my position on the baseball team. And the position's always a little bit different. For a long time, I was a hero, and those were an awful lot of fun. But these parts, they're painful sometimes, but there's a lot of satisfaction to be had.
You know, I saw Faith on television while I was watching dinner one night in high school, open Guys and Dolls, and they went backstage, and I was like, wow, isn't that cool? Years later, I wound up going to the same college as her, majoring in the same major, and now I'm playing her daughter on Broadway. It's kind of a dream come true.
It's a good thing getting married. It's the thing that people do. Now you've found the fella for you. So you'll each wear a groove in your side of the bed. Each learn to ignore things the other one said. And you'll smile when you think about the day you went. Is that all? Oh, I guess.
There are moments where, you know, I'll look at Faith, I've told her, and I was like, God, I saw my mom. When you said that, it was like I was talking to my mother, and I was reacting to you like I have. It brought me back to a different time and place.
Please, I've been out here on my own. Now make your feelings known. Don't ever stop saying I love you.
A lady the other Saturday night who saw the show, her and her husband, they really enjoyed it, and the husband said, you know, it's a great Harvey Fierstein piece. You know, he said it's a real piece about family. You know, and it has humor and pathos and all those things. I said, you know, he's right. That really is what Harvey has written.
I'll never stop saying
I love you.
Bringing this painfully human story to Broadway has been a labor of love for us for years, and a labor of love to us all. To know that you're going to entertain an audience is a gift, but knowing that you will also move them and enlighten them and let our audience know that they're not alone in how they feel about their lives, that's kind of the magic of theater right there. That's the whole thing.
This has just restored my faith in the best part of this business and Broadway. That in this day and time, with so many different things, and money being the issue, and Broadway having changed a lot, especially in the last 10 years, that this kind of piece lives that can be a mirror for other people in this day and time. And that, to me, it's incredibly exciting.
Just take a breath and open up your eyes right